Today we're going to be talking about what it means when someone says no to you. Now, in the application of what we're talking about, it'll be mainly pertaining to things in life where you're trying to advance in a work position or you are just trying to get by, and people tell you no, and they doubt you and they push you down and they try to limit you and make you believe that you're not worth much or define you in the no's that they portray upon you. In life, we often encounter situations where we're told no or are unable to achieve what we desire. How we handle these moments can have a significant impact on our mental and emotional well-being, as well as our future successes. My philosophy on how to handle no can be summarized in three key principles: acceptance, persistence, adaptation. In acceptance, it is essential to accept the reality of the situation and the fact that we cannot always get what we want. Instead of dwelling on the disappointment, we should focus on accepting the situation and moving forward. It is important to note here that the move forward, what is not in our control is not in our control. We should not focus and dwell on things that we cannot change, for that will define us in that moment. But how we respond, and if we respond effectively, noting the things that we can control, will better represent who we are and our character and our resolve. So accepting these things for what they are and rooting them in their true principle of control. We do not control this moment. We can control what's around it, and therefore we must accept the reality in which we're in and find other alternatives. The other principle, as mentioned, is persistence. While acceptance is necessary, it is also equally important to persist in our pursuit of our goals. We should not let no discourage us from continuing to work towards our desired outcome. Persistence and resilience are key to achieving our goals, and we should remain committed to our vision even in the face of obstacles. In relation to acceptance, we understand and acknowledge that this is not within our control, but in our hunger and our desire and our fire that burns within us, we know what we need to do. We know what we want out of our lives, and we must be persistent in that and finding ways to achieve what we need to achieve, regardless of the opposition, finding what we can control, what we can manipulate in order to get what we need to get done. No is a fuel, not really a deterrent. It's not a wall, physical wall, where we cannot move forward. It is more of a mental hurdle, and in that, a riddle in which you have to be smart enough to answer, or you'll get stuck in a purgatory trying to figure out its meaning, figuring out why. But really, it's all about accepting it and being persistent, and then adapting. Adaptation, we must be willing to adapt our approach or our goals in response to no. Sometimes a no can be an opportunity to reassess our priorities, adjust our approach, or find a new path forward. By staying flexible and open-minded, we can find new ways to achieve our goals, even when our initial plans are unsuccessful. We must be able to adapt to any given situation and figure out what we can manipulate, what we can control. We must understand the battlefield as it evolves and develops right in front of our eyes. We must be cautious, be thought-provoking in how we continue. Otherwise, we will fall and will be lost in the wake of that no. No is grounded in acceptance, persistence, and adaptation. In embracing these ideas, these principles, we can maintain our motivation and momentum towards our goals, even in the face of setbacks and disappointments. No in the context of being told you cannot do something as it relates to your goals, relates to the end path that you're on, are really just detractors. They're really just things to distract you along the way. If you're positioned pure and your focus sharp, you'll go where you need to go. You'll overcome what you need to overcome. And the no's are just points in which you can stop, reassess, and keep moving forward. Fighting with a no won't get you anywhere. And in fact, it will delay you in your arrival to where you are heading. No is a word that has power. How you use that power can enable you or disable you. I left a link in the description on a daily Stoic reflection on that idea of no and things that are not in our control, and how to move forward and not really affect our personal energy, time, and effort, when we should be prioritizing that on the end in mind, the goals in mind, instead of allowing it to spill over onto things that are unnecessary. It is essential for you to understand that no doesn't mean you cannot do it. It does not mean that you are barred from ever approaching or coming near whatever you want to do in your pursuit of happiness or pursuit of whatever goals you are going after in life. It's just something that happens. Take a deep breath, accept it. It's not in your control. Understand where you need to go, persist to achieving it, and adapt to make the adjustments in order for your persistence to be effective, in order for you to hit your goals.